Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo October 26, 2024. This can be a day of inspiration, particularly regarding new ventures or enterprises related to communications, ideas, learning, and teaching or guiding. You want to get things done and add your unique style to what you're doing with Uranus, currently in your sign, harmonizing with Mars in your communication sector. You're enthusiastic and ready to put special energy, effort, and time into learning endeavors and relationships. You're motivated to challenge yourself mentally or with learning, and your pioneering and progressive ideas are winners now. It's a fine day for putting inhibition related to expressing yourself behind you. Still, part of you craves and needs some downtime as the moon moves into your sector of home and family. You don't tend to be the most daring zodiac sign of all. In fact, you prefer to stick to your tried and true methods when it comes to meeting new romantic options rather than doing anything that will leave you gun-shy. Yet, today's cosmic weather could have you tooting a new tune, especially with electric Uranus continuing his trek through your zodiac sign. As our great awakener peers out through the heavens, he will get zapped by a fiery sext from mighty Mars, the planet of sex and passion. As they dance in a sextile, they'll encourage you to step out on the town, take a quick trip, or even throw a fun little event with your neighbors. You might be uncharacteristically bold today. Usually, you are easygoing. Coworkers may love you for this reason. You are not hot-headed like a sign or emotional like a sign. However, enough might be enough when Mars in Cancer sextiles Uranus retrograde in your sign. You could reach your tipping point when you least expect it. A small thing could set you off, like a coworker's comment or lack of planning. No matter how it happens, you might put your foot down. Assert yourself, but do so professionally to avoid issues with HR. The favorable position of the planets today gives you an intuitive sense of where to point your arrow, but how far will your arrow go if your feet aren't planted on the ground nor your back straight and strong? Give yourself the benefit of a regular yoga practice to ground your energy and build your strength so that you may use these transits, sources of positive energy in and of itself, to meet your health goals. The H.R. has come re-establish friendly relations with some of the people who you have had problems with in the past and who you collaborate with. Indeed, the vibrations this week will be strongly encouraging you to tighten the relationships you have on your team. In your sentimental life, you won't be able to help rekindling the warmth of the relationships you have with those close to you. It's true that things have progressed as quickly as you hoped they would, but the current inertia around you can be explained by the fact that there are some misunderstandings between you and those around you, most notably in your affective life. It is just as the sun is settling into his first full day in your relationship sector that the moon is not only wrapping up its monthly visit to your communication sector but its last before Mars leaves. With Mercury, the planet of communication, leaving your relationship sector in 10 days and Mars ending his war on communication barriers a day later, the moon has helped to give this an additional boost. With the solar having just shifted onto your relationships, the timing couldn't be better. At the same time that the sun is settling into his first full day in your relationship sector, the moon is wrapping up its monthly visit to your communication sector. An alignment with Mars before leaving is going to give his war on communication barriers an additional boost, while a friendly aspect to Mercury, the planet of communication in your relationship sector yesterday, has gotten the sun's month-long visit off to a dream start. Our eyes in the sky. Think of this moment as an invitation to let go of the ordinary and try something that stirs excitement. It doesn't have to be a huge, life-changing move. Sometimes it's those small, thoughtful changes that can make all the difference. Have you ever followed a little nudge to do something you wouldn't normally consider, only to later realize that it opened up new doors or led to some incredible results? That's the kind of energy we're working with today. It might mean taking a different approach to a project, rethinking how you communicate with someone, or even simply organizing your day in a new way. If you felt a little stuck lately or like things have been in a holding pattern, this energy might be exactly the shift you need to break out of that rut. You might find yourself doing something today that surprises even you. This alignment between Mars and Uranus isn't just about sparking new ideas, it's also an invitation to let your creativity flow freely. Whether it's a work-related project, a personal endeavor, or even just your usual to-do list, experiment with letting things flow in an unplanned, organic way. Have you ever felt that moment when, after reading so hard to figure it all out, suddenly everything just clicks because you approached it with a fresh perspective? That's the type of insight Uranus often brings, so be open to taking those leaps, and let yourself be amazed by where they take you. But today's cosmic energy doesn't stop at new ideas and actions. On a deeper emotional level, you might notice some past feelings or memories surfacing out of nowhere. It could be an unresolved situation, a person from your past, or even a random memory that stirs up emotions you thought you'd put behind you. Have you ever found yourself feeling triggered by something that brought up old emotions or unresolved issues? Today's energy is amplifying that experience, giving you a powerful chance to see things differently. Instead of letting these resurfacing feelings overwhelm you, use this moment as an opportunity for growth. Think of it as your own personal reset button, a chance to rise above old emotional patterns and approach things with fresh insight. Maybe you can respond differently this time or see something from a new, more empowered perspective. Yes, it might feel challenging, but remember that you're not the same person you were in the past. You've grown, you've gained strength, and you have the ability to handle things in a way that supports who you are today. Reflect for a moment. Can you remember a time when you stood your ground during a sensitive conversation? Perhaps it wasn't easy, but you stayed true to yourself, communicating clearly and with confidence, even if the discussion was difficult. How did you feel afterward? There's something incredibly satisfying about expressing yourself honestly, and today, that same energy is available to you. The stars are aligning to help you approach conversations, especially those emotionally charged ones, with clarity and confidence. And remember, finding common ground doesn't always happen instantly. Sometimes compromise takes time, patience, and a lot of mutual understanding. You might not walk away with a perfect agreement right away, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey, not just the destination. So trust in the process, and know that by staying true to yourself and giving the conversation the time it needs, you're making progress, even if it feels a bit drawn out. It's not just about the end result, it's about how you handle each step along the way with integrity and honesty. So, as you move through the day, I encourage you to embrace both the adventurous spirit and the emotional insights that today's cosmic energy brings. Take that inspired step towards something new, even if it's just a small shift, and if emotions or memories from the past arise, welcome them as part of your healing journey. There is so much potential for growth today, whether it's in your creative pursuits, your relationships, or your own journey of self-awareness and healing. The universe is supporting you on this path, reminding you that you've got everything you need within you to embrace change, express yourself, and evolve. You've got this.